Hey everyone, it's Kelly the Frugal Fun Mum. Welcome to the channel and today's video where I'm in the motivation to clean. So when that comes, you need to jump up and go. It's school holidays here, hooray! But for me, that really just means I save about 5 hours of driving, which means I'll get some extra sleep and some appointments and things like that, but other stuff is still here. So trying to still fit everything in within my week is crazy. So while I have a day, I thought let's get some cleaning. And of course, I don't know where to start or what to do because everything is so overwhelming. So I found online, Cass from Clutterbug, she has this 30-day decluttering challenge. I don't have 30 days because I have no patience. And I know that I won't come back and do this every day for 15 minutes. I watched some of her videos on double speed because I was like, let's get to it. And I love the concept of it, but for people like me, I just need to go until I then kind of burn out. So I figured let's go through the list, do as much as we can per video, and then I'll see how I go uploading. So the first one is under the kitchen sink. It says set your timer for 15 minutes a day. So I've got a timer here and we will do the kitchen sink. First, however, I will show you. It's not too bad. It's a little bit empty, but what I think I'll do is probably speed clean, speed up the video as I clean, and I will do a voiceover for you. So, but still, for the purpose of the true decluttering, I'll set the timer and I will go from there. Oh, so I had to get a screwdriver because I know I'm gonna need it. All right. Let's go. So my kitchen is becoming very much about function and making sure that other people in the house can access things that can see it within 2 seconds. So I need lots of clear containers and things. It's not about being pretty, and as much as I would love a couple of containers and stuff in here for cloths and sponges and everything to look nice. We have a linen cupboard for a lot of our cloths and stuff. It's just easier that way, and then everyone knows that all the cloths are in one cupboard. So tea towels, cleaning, whatever they need, not that anyone else cleans, but you know, it's there. So I am removing that Kmart bin. It drives me insane. It's meant to be one bin for rubbish and one for recycling, and it never ends up that way. They both end up with rubbish and without bags, and it's a mess, and I have to keep cleaning all the time. So it's coming out, and a smaller bin is going back in there. There was a 60-litre bin. Now I'm going to put a 40-litre bin in there, and hopefully that helps with it getting emptied a lot quicker. We don't have a lot of cleaning products, so they're quite minimal, which is helpful. And then I've just got a clear container that I'm going to put here for some of the sponges and anything else that's kind of loose that I can just chuck in there. Everyone does help clean the kitchen and things like that, but again, yeah, it just needs to be kept very basic under here. All right, so that's taken about 14 minutes. I'm semi-happy with it. It's enough for now until we figure out the rest of the kitchen and what's going on. So yeah, let's move on to the next thing. The plastics cupboard, where every spare sock comes back as a spare Tupperware container lid that you have no idea where it came from. I hate corner cupboards. Stuff gets pushed way to the back, and sadly it was actually cheaper. Whoops, forgot to set the timer. It was cheaper to get the complete corner cupboard like this than get it blocked off, and we couldn't get one of those rotary things to go in there to fit. So I've just grabbed this cube thing, which I've had in the cupboard for like 100 years, and I've just put in there all the bulk cake stuff. Which still, I'm really not happy with it, but you know what? It just, at 15 minutes, it's what it is. I'm putting all the lids on all the containers so I know what's here, but I somehow have still ended up with 2 containers full of lids. No idea. All right, The cooking under the sink is a mess. We actually don't have a lot of stuff. I try and keep this pretty minimal because I figured 1 saucepan and 3 pots is enough. I actually recently decluttered some of the cooking stuff, and I'm actually getting rid of a couple of more things because we haven't used them in well over a year. Well, that was good. That only took less than 5 minutes. So next, onto the drawers. So Cass does have it listed, each drawer is kind of 15 minutes because she has like a utensils drawer and a junk drawer there. We actually don't have a junk drawer really. We have a drawer with all our plastic bags and bits and pieces. But it's not really a junk drawer compared to what we had growing up or what I've had in other houses. So our top one is all our cutlery. The second is our utensils that are going back in here. And there's still more to go in there, so it looks very deceptive. And then, yeah, all our bags are here, lunchbox stuff. And the bottom one is all our big dishes because it's right next to the dishwasher. So all 4 drawers still took less than 15 minutes, which is exciting. This is our baking section, which I completely forgot was on the list, but it took less than a minute because I only cleaned this out recently, and I'm super happy with how that was all in there. So I pretty much just left it, but the cupboard above the oven just needed a sort out because I wanted to have that separate with cake racks and stuff like that. So that only took quick as well. Now we need to do this cupboard above the stove. I don't keep a lot of stuff up here because it does get quite warm from baking. We have random bits and pieces from the dishwasher that we've never used up here, and a gravy boat, which we've never really had company to feed a dinner, so no idea. And the manual probably for the stovetop, so that needs to go away. And a super old oil spray. Oh, and a Tupperware container. I'm sure the lid's in the cupboard, and I've probably been wondering where the base of that has gone. Now we know. So most of the time that was here spent took actually cleaning, because it's just a little bit greasy up here from cooking. So I've just given everything a wipe down. So all that's really going to go back in here is I've got a couple of matches and the lighter for the stovetop. Our oil sprays, we'll keep the gravy boat up there just for convenience sake. And yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, this is Kira's tea cupboard. No touchy, she says. All right, we did all of that with less than 7 minutes to go. All right, fridge and freezer, it says. And the freezer, oh, it's done. And the fridge, oh, it's a nightmare. It actually isn't really too bad. I just had to move a couple of things around. I didn't really worry about cleaning because it's just mostly about decluttering. So I just had a couple of things that I put into Tupperware containers, moved a couple of things around to make sure they were visual for other people to see so they'll get used up. And then that was it. I did wipe over the front of the fridge and the handles because they always get dirty, and I'll come back to actually clean the fridge another time because I'm focusing on decluttering today. So now's where we've gone from sort of the list that Cass had to now this has been irritating me for a really long time and I just want to get rid of all the stuff list. So yeah, pulling everything down that's on top of the cupboards. It gets super dusty up here. I was storing some cake display things up here, but as it gets dusty, I was forever having to clean them. And so I thought, let's clean them once and for all and get them inside a cupboard so then they're a bit more well looked after. And then just sorting the rest of the cupboards. It did took a few ums and ahs trying to work things out because there's some stuff I'm just not ready to let go of yet. But yeah, who knows? Maybe in the next year's clean we will. So I got all of that done and the other cupboards in a record time. So let's see how quick we can get this little side cupboard finished. No one seems to be able to find anything in here. So I thought, right, it's time to sort it all out and then have one shelf for like the food processor and all the attachments, and another one for the rice cooker, and then another one for any other bits and pieces people need. And I'm hoping that that will help sort things out. I've just got stuff everywhere right now and even I don't know where everything is all the time. So we actually ran out of time to do just 3.5 minutes on this little cupboard, but I figured, hey, we're meant to get 15 minutes. So we're doing pretty well. I've got rid of a few little bits and pieces that are in there, so everything goes back pretty well. I'm happy with that. Moving to the bottom of the cupboard, and some of these little cupboards annoy me. The heater for the lounge room is on the other side of this wall, hence why some of the cupboards are really skinny. But it is what it is. So I said to hubby, this is his little alcohol stash house. So what doesn't fit in this cupboard you can't have. He didn't think that was very funny. And then this is Kira's little tea section. She seems to be a collector of teacups and things. It is what it is. I'm happy for it to stay there. It's fine. Hardly anyone goes in there, whatever. And then this corner cupboard is the bottom of that other one you just saw. Again, it just seems to house random things. So I'm just going to shove stuff in here, and again, we will figure out a bit later what's actually working and what not. For now, as long as I can close the door, I'm happy. Poor hubby came home to this mess, and actually this is after I cleaned a little path after he'd already walked through. So he was like, oh my God. And I said, yeah, well, it's always messier when you're decluttering and cleaning than what it actually is. So I've boxed up a whole lot of stuff ready to go to savers, and then hopefully I can get all that done this week, get it out of the house. Otherwise, I know if I look at it for much longer, I'll be like, oh, what if we need that? So yeah, it's got to go. Onto the baking pantry. I'm pretty happy how everything is organized. I did it last year and it's kind of stayed the same. All the fun stuff is in here, including any chocolate or biscuits I try and hide from the rest of the family to make sure that its treats are spread out. Oh yeah, I got an egg container that has never seen to really work in the fridge. Apparently people don't like it, which infuriates me because I loved it because I could see how many eggs I had left, but apparently the family didn't like it. So, but it is going to stay in my cupboard for now because I want it. I want it. All right, down the bottom cupboard, I need to sort this out because I really need my mix master to go back in here, and I want to have this as the sort of appliance-ish area and other weirder stuff that's here. Oh, I got this for cheesecake from Coles. The sides are like a metal thing, which is great, but the bottom has no support to it. So I put a cheesecake thing in here, then went to move it, and the whole base of it just folded, and yeah. Oh, the cheesecake was not good. Good thing it was just cheesecake for home eating. Random lids in here and drying racks for cakes. I have no idea why these are even in here. They should be where the oven is, and also other containers and stuff. Super weird. So happy I'm cleaning it out because I didn't even know the stuff was in here. Oh yeah, I have this to store all the baking racks on, which does not fit in any other cupboard. So that's going to go back to be donated. And then I have a bag of random stuff here that my mum's given me, which there are some things from my nana. So I need to hang on to them just for sentimental value. And I do plan on using them one day as well. So we'll get them all in a little container to save. And now my plan comes undone because my mix master does not fit in there. I said to the guy putting the cupboard together, as long as I have one cupboard this high so I can put my machine in there, I'll be happy. And he said, no problem. He clearly did not know how to measure. Great. So we need to call in hubby. So shh, don't tell anyone. And here is the after. I didn't film because his bum was in the way. And I thought that doesn't make very good television. So again, yeah, tongue out because, yeah, and that fits. Hooray! All right, now we're going to put all the other bowls and stuff in here. It fits. So I'm kind of trying to do like objects with like objects. So all the bowls for Mixmaster is there. And on the bottom, just our general mixing bowls and other bits and pieces. Again, I think I'm going to come back and check this cupboard out later. All right, this area underneath the bench, when we got the kitchen remodeled, I said to him, I want an open bench to sit at like a breakfast bar, but also I was planning on being able to sit there and work or decorate cakes or cookies. And I love it, but I fill it with stuff. But it would be no different if it was a cupboard. It would probably be filled with stuff as well. So a lot of stuff gets dumped here. So we just need to clean it all out and sort it. And there was stuff from other cupboards that I'd kind of shoved here. So we'll sort it all out. I really want this to be the recycling area. So that came up bins going back in there. And then hopefully one bin is for cans and bottles. And then the other is for cardboard and stuff. So individually people can take the bins out and recycle them. It's still not 100% how I want it to be, but it is good enough for now. And then here is the massive pile of stuff that I have here ready to go to the op shop. Oh, I cannot believe how much stuff is here. Well, we are finally done. I'm sitting here with all my decluttered junk. Cannot believe how much was inside kitchen cupboard. So just because the door does close doesn't mean it probably should. But I am happy that we now have a home for the rice cooker and a permanent home for my KitchenAid or Mixmaster, whatever you want to call it. And at least now it kind of has a bit more flow to the kitchen, and I'm hoping that works a little bit better as well. We shall see. So yeah, completely went in the opposite direction of that list. It took me about 4 hours in total. I know each section is kind of only 15 minutes, and I compacted it actually quite a lot down, I think, compared with what I could have done. But I thought I just wanted to get all the kitchen done in one video rather than drag it out, going like sections 1 and 4, sections 5 and 8, etc, etc. So now the whole kitchen is done, we can move on to other areas of the house. So it's great to have that list, absolutely. And then I'll just go in the opposite direction. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Have you decluttered your kitchen recently? What's the weirdest thing that you found? Or maybe the oldest thing, except for yourself, that's in the kitchen? I'd love to know. Subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you as part of our Frugal Fun family. And please check that you are subscribed if you were previously a subscriber, because YouTube is doing weird things and unsubbing people who aren't commenting or liking videos. So you want to make sure you're connected to me. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.